Alrighty. Okay. Got a big box here of books. I'm home office. Right next, actually, the next pod of cubicles over for me was the magazine section. And of course, as you know, magazines have slowly withered to the point where Barnes & Noble is basically the only newsstand around anymore. What's their name? Walgreens barely has anything. Target barely has anything. But Barnes & Noble still has a pretty good, decent section, which is nice because no one else, where else are you going to find some of that stuff? Even libraries are cutting back. So what this means is this is a magazine-sized box. Basically 9 by 12, I think. So there's some magazines in here, magazine-sized things in here, like catalogs, some books, variety of things. So let's just get into it, right? All right. So, by the way, it's Saturday evening. Snow today. Had to go to work. Roads were a little slippery. And I shoveled half the sidewalk. So here we have from August 2011 Diamond Previews. This, as I've said elsewhere, Diamond Previews is basically it as far as comic shop distribution goes. If you go to a comic shop, they're going to get their stuff from Diamond, although it's changed recently with DC. But in the year 2001, 2011, this was it. 450 plus pages of, well, let's just tell you, comics. Makes up all of that. That's all comics. Up to page 338 or so. We then have books and magazines, apparel, toys, import toys, collectibles, novelties, and games. And on the flip side. So here we have The Fearless. Again, I did that nobody remembers from 10 years ago. I think it was Scarlet Witch. Red Skull's daughter. Don't know what happened to her. Nobody probably really cares anymore. And then we have Luther Strode from Image. So again, every month this would come out. You would get and also you would generally get Marvel would have put out their little magazine to go with it. Again, this is all the stuff Marvel's publishing that month. 128 pages of comics, collected editions. You can see there, the red is the collected editions. That's what I got it for. Icon, which I don't think has existed for quite a while because they don't have any creators they need to placate. And this is left sticker maybe. So, and then you would also normally there would be an order form, right? Which you could write if you're doing the old paper thing. I usually just what I would do back in '90s when I budget $100 a month, $100 a week for comics and merchandise. Didn't always spend that much, but what I would do is I'd have my subscription list, which is like every month, just order the same stuff. I'll buy it, and then I would go through previews and usually type up a list. Sometimes double spaced, sometimes single, one-page sheet of special orders. So here we have the 2012 First Second catalog. This has not been opened, water damage, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. But that is from a bio comic about the girl, photographer, German, fell in love with Stu Sutcliffe, I believe. And then he left the Beatles before they became the Beatles. Here we have January 2012 previews, Fables, Fairest. And which I think this is the first issue of Saga. Oh yeah, see here's an example of all the stuff I bookmarked. Now again, I don't think I ordered this. 2012, I was in New York, getting my stuff from Forbidden Planet. Maybe stuff I was going to blog about later. I don't know. But anyway, October 2011. Here we have Grant Morrison, Rags Morales, right? Action Comics, the New 52. Good run, but what DC should have done, really, especially with that Morrison Superman and the Wonder Woman. God, I blanking on his name now. It's horrible. They should have just made that like an Elseworlds thing or its own little pocket universe aside from the New 52. Because if you read it separate, it's good stuff. But if you try to make it in with the New 52, it doesn't work. As we just soon discovered. But that was like the first year, 2011. So, oops, that's got messed up here. So here we have December 2012, Green Arrow, which wasn't a bad series. There's Jeff Lemire was on that. And Star Trek Toys, Electronic USS Enterprise, Electronic Klingon Birds of Prey, which I guess has their own. But look at that! Look at that! What Enterprise is that? That doesn't look like the movie any of the movie Enterprises. Or the TV. I mean, it's definitely the TV. Here, let me fix this. Some of the pages got crinkled here, so I'm just fix that right now. And I like to keep these catalogs because they're a nice historical reference. Yes, Nolan handled the Dynamo files. They also put me on the. They would send me the PDF files, which you can also, I think, see online. I think the Diamond Previews. Here we have The Massive, which was a good series. Even a good movie, I think, or a good TV series. And then, yeah, you know what that means. April 2012, though. And I think that might have been before Watchmen. Let's just flip through. Oops, gotta flip it over. That was the back cover. Let's see, DC Comics. What's on their front page? American Vampire? Mm-hmm. Yeah, before Watchmen. That's what they're calling it. Which, previews June 2011. Angel and Faith. This is from Dark Horse. I think Boom has it now. And more Fables. Werewolves of the Heartland. Oh, here it is. Justice League, New 52, July 2011. Wonder Woman looks very young in that, but I think she'll, which is interesting. Then we have Witchblade, 150th issue. Then we have The Walking Dead 100 from May 2012, and of course more before Watchmen. And then Miller World Universe beginning. I don't know what's happened to that since. But he's still writing and doing stuff. Buffy, season 10. And then on the side here, we have Clamp, R.G. Veda, book 1. $25. Not a bad price for that. No idea what's going on. Clamp is a very interesting creator. Or actually studio. Okay, that's in the middle there. Here we have on the other side now, looks like. Yeah, so we have narrative structure in comics from RIT Press, Making Sense of Fragments, Barbara Postema. RIT being Rochester Institute of Technology. Yes, and I bought this along with. They had also published at the same time a art history book on the, I forget his name now, from the New York City subway map. I think before or after him. Fritamegli or something. You can let me know in the comments below how much I've handled that, but again, it was a revolutionary map. Here we have DC Entertainment Essential Graphic Novels in Chronology 2015. This does have an ISBN. I think you can still find the free digital download online somewhere, but they would do this every year. The covers are great. I think they hope they did post. I think they did posters. But basically, you do a. This is like the. This is a backlist list of some recent new stuff, but basically it goes through and says, "Hey, here's the best Superman. Here's the best Justice League." And that's with a grain of salt because they're also pushing new stuff like the New 52, which a lot of that is just avoid it. What you should read from the New 52 collected volumes. Thank you. Right, I would have gotten it eventually. And I want to say Choi, but I think that's wrong. Let's just go through here. So we do a top 25 really first. 25 essentials are, and this is pretty much the same, but every so often they'll throw in something new. But you have Watchmen, Dark Knight Returns, Sandman Volume 1, of course, but the whole all 10 volumes plus Batman Year One, V for Vendetta, Fables Volume 1, Batman the Killing Joke, Problematic, All-Star Superman, All-Star Superman, definitely. Why the Last Man, Batman Volume 1, Court of Owls, one of the rare DC New 52 lines from, I believe that's Snyder. Yeah, Scott Snyder. The Scott Snyder one's pretty good. Definitely Court of Owls, Volume 1. Really good stuff. Hopefully they kept that in with Rebirth. Kingdom Come, Batman A Long Halloween, Justice League Volume 1, which is New 52 pass. Final Crisis, Grant Morrison, maybe. Batman Hush, not a bad story. Day Tripper, the Moon and Ba, Vertigo story title. Preacher, of course. Wonder Woman, the whole Wonder Woman, Cliff Chang. Superman Red Sun. Green Arrow, Year One. This is Andy Diggle and Jock, maybe. Haven't read it. Batman Earth One, not bad. I don't know how it's going to. Planetary, yep. John Constantine, Flash, U52. Wasn't a bad series, just I don't think it's going to hold up. And Superman Earth 1, Volume 1. Earth 1 series is pretty much dead, but was successful. I just don't know why they didn't continue it. And then you get a whole bunch of books in the back here by Hero mostly. Oh, here we go. Tales from the Multiverse. There's the big schematic, which I don't know if that's even canon anymore. Again, that's what DC should have used when they started the New 52. But anyway, so not a bad starting point. Here we have, we have some comics here. These are in freebies. Oh, this is a freebie. Max Ride First Flight Preview from Marvel. Uncanny Humans. Oh, excuse me. Oh, Pre-Comic Day. All Different Adventures by Wade. Here we have Titan Comics 2016 January-June preview. Penny Dreadful. DC Comics Essentials, similar to what I just showed you. Oh, no, excuse me. DC Comics Essentials were reprints. What stuff do is they would reprint an issue in the front, right? So like this, Dark Knight #1, Dark Knight Returns Volume 1. And then on the flip side, to fill out the rest of the pages, you would have, similar to what I showed you earlier, a little reading guide. Condensed. I think this is, kind of condensed. But the same idea, just not as much back matter. Here we have Flesh and Blood, Steel and Gold, a prelude to the novel City Stained Red. There's no publisher information on the back. Is there any information in here? Yeah, this is, okay, hate to make an object lesson out of you guys, but okay, here. So, nice artwork on the side, right? There's the last page of the preview. Then you have, oh my God, it's like a text, prose, and then here's the contact information. Now they should have published this, reprinted this on the back as well, right? But no. So dollars to donuts, they're probably not in business right now. In Press Maximum Ride. Yes, both Yen and Marvel are doing Maximum Red comics. Because that's just the way James Patterson rolls. And then we have a whole bunch Marvel previews magazines that go with those Diamond previews I showed you earlier. Again, this will tell you how many X-Men #1s are there. At one time, they had 3 different X-Men. And I'm not talking like X-Factor, New Mutants. I'm talking X-Men titles. There was 3 at the same time. I have a cheat sheet somewhere at the comic shop. I made one up because it's like, how do I file these? What goes where and when? And don't get me started on Captain America #1. I really should do a collection of those. I think there's 7 different Captain America #1s out there. Ironically, wait, yeah, right, yeah, there's Captain America #1 and World War I. Wolverine and the X-Men. It's like, yeah, Wolverine and those other guys over there. Maybe, we don't need you guys. Like, okay, here's an example of the retailer order form from Diamond. And again, we're talking, what was this, 500 pages? Right? Yeah, 500 plus pages. The order form, which again, old school, but does it say how many pages this is? Yeah, it's about 72 pages total here. Now there would also be a this is the retailer order form. Excuse me, this is what the retailers get. Because they still do this in the front. Every so often I like to look through it. First of all, there's the DC deals, basically the hoops you have to jump through to get variant comics. For example, before Watchmen Silk Spectre #3, for every 25 copies of the regular standard edition, the newsstand, the mass-produced copy, retailers will order 1 variant edition with a cover by Michael Allred. Oh, that's pretty cool. Silk Spectre by Mike Allred of Madman. Take a look at that. This issue is also available in a special combo pack edition. Polybag with a redemption code for a digital download of the issue and priced at $4.99. They would do that. Marvel, you had a little sticker you peeled off to get the code. DC, it was polybagged. They didn't know how to do this. So that's an example of a 25-to-1 variant. And then retailer incentives for everybody else. Marvel Comics. Retailers who exceed 90% of their orders for Avengers vs. X-Men #8, with orders for Avengers vs. X-Men #11 regular cover, may order all they want of this variant. Way to up their order. You have to exceed their order on the next one to get the variant. Some of these are simple, 1 to 20, 1 to 25, 1 to 15, 1 to 15. Giant Quarterly even had a variant in here. What the heck was that? New York Giants hardcover. Every 5 copies orders, retailers will receive 1 free 5-piece bundle of New York Drawings posters by Adrian Tomine. That's kind of cool. Okay. But yeah, that's an example of the retailer catalog. Again, I think everybody has to order online. They might still take some fax orders, but I think everybody has to order electronically now. Here's Avengers Assemble preview, Marvel preview. Excuse me. Here we have Avatar, Fall 2011. Avatar graphic novels. And, yep, it has an ISBN, folks. Actual book number. I don't know if you can see it because the paper's too glossy, but anyway. They're the current publisher. I don't know if it's still being published, still writing, but Alan Moore stuff winds up here. That's Alan Moore. Alan Moore Library, page 31. It's on one page. Backlist. Illustrated Romance, Courtyard Companion, Hypothetical Lizard, Light of Thy Continents, Writing for Comics, and Yugoth Cultures. And then here we have the Fantagraphics book Spring and Summer 2014 catalog. An example. Look at that art. think I know who that is, but here's something you might have missed. Batter Up Charlie Brown, a gift book collection of the best baseball-related strips in Peanuts 50 years. Peanuts in here, they were up to 1991, 1992. What's nice is they do slipcases. Henry Speaks for Himself, a Henry collection. Prince Valiant, Mickey Mouse from Godfredson, Wits End, which I don't know most of, I think all the magazines of that. But they did a collection. I don't know how they got the rights to all those. But they did a 2-volume hardcover. Steve Ditko, Jack Davis, Don Rosa Library, first volume. Trail of the Unicorn from Barks. That's Clay Wilson. And of course, the Complete Peanuts in paperback. Jim, Love and Rockets. Complete 8-ball, Hip Hop Family Tree. Highly recommended, especially if you like music. I told you that in a previous video, but I'll say it again. And then we have Tales Designed to Thrizzle by Michael Kugelman. So, I would get those at trade shows, publisher catalogs, good stuff. Okay, how do you have here? Oh, as I said, here's their fall 2013 and winter 2014 catalog with, again, Hip Hop Family Tree, front and center. Usually, though, when you put something on a cover like that, it's usually the first title inside, but it's not. Yep. The Fantagraphics is a lot of good stuff. Oh, what is this? First of all, Cork High and Bottle Deep, VIP collection. Virgil Parch. Barnaby, Crockett Johnson. Yep. So, generally speaking, you'll find something you'll like here. Here's, oh yeah, this was from my cubicle. I had a shelf where I left the publisher catalogs. So there's fall 2012, winter 2013, Fantagraphics. Look at that, I think that is. Nice paper too, man. It's about 70 pages. That's 76 pages of comics, yeah. Just amazing stuff they publish. There's a duplicate. Put that online, sell it to somebody. So, publisher catalogs. We got Boom Studios Fall 2011 catalog, which does have an ISBN. Oh, what's that right there? Marvel book previews. This is what they sent out to the book trade. So, in the back of each month, issues, like I told you, there would be a collected editions. This is their book catalog of all the stuff that's coming out by season. This is made of August 2014. So again, you have the Miracle Man reprints. Again, highly recommended. Alan Moore, later Neil Gaiman. And then you got stuff that's long forgotten. But again, if you're doing research on the books, here's January, April 2015 with Rocket Raccoon. Yes, that is a. And yes, this has a ISBN as well. See, I'm blanking on his name now. He did the Oz books. I can just look it up, right? Scotty Young, writing and drawing. So this is 150 plus pages. Oh, yes. I don't know what Mark Iron Man that is. That's January, April 2016. Here we have a thin one. Marvel graphic previews, Secret Wars. So, yep, these are samples. It does have an ISBN, but it has a barcode on magazine barcode on the back. Why? Don't know. Well, which was about oh, and here we have Ms. Marvel and Squirrel Girl, May, August 2016. Good stuff. I don't know what they're doing with Squirrel Girl lately. I've not been in a comic shop since March. Patsy Walker Hellcat, good stuff. Spider-Man Deadpool. Ooh, the Mighty Thor with her doctor now, I believe. Yeah, she's a doctor. Jane Foster. Yeah. All the X-Men. Coloring books when they were popular. Here we have book previews for January, April 2014. Then we have, comic shop news. I don't know if these guys are still being published, but nice paper too. This is number 1494 for a weekly. The spring preview. Spring is for the birds. Nice hammocks. The Rack, NYC. Take one free. The best emerging talents. You should. I don't know where I found this. This is number 2, but yeah. Not going to mess that up. I don't know what happened to him. Just a little bit of information back. Here we go. Oh, no, just hashtag the Rack NYC. And of course, what's nice about Comic Shop News is they also reprinted the Spider-Man strip on the back. International Iron Man number 1. Twilight Zone. So Comic Shop News number 50. I don't know if I have number 1500 now. There's 1501. So that's a free newspaper they would send out. Here we have Judge Dredd magazine, which probably came through our office, $11. This comes with something sort of. They do this a lot in Europe and in Britain. This is Facing Mecca, as in robots. That's funny. That's clever. No idea what it is. 2000 AD World's End with a $6 barcode. Because in Britain, who knows what it is? This is May 2016. Oh, £2.55. £2.55. And it's all color. Wow. Oh, there's some black and white, but a lot of color in that. Here we have Heavy Metal number 280 with Grant Morrison editing. Okay. And I have of course, another copy, variant cover, because this came through a magazine office and I grabbed it. Here we have Mad number 539. Coloring book cover. I wonder who that artist is. Let's find out. One moment, please. Tom Richmond. That's very outside his style. But well done. And Alfred E. says, most of the talk around the water cooler is about how it's the only water that's safe to drink. It's true, in ours it was. I came through, they did a water filter on it. But page 6. Why do we like the idea of Melania Trump as First Lady? Well, there's the whole former swimsuit model thing. It would mean that none of the religious right nutjob Republicans became president. This is June 2016. She's a great example to girls that a super hot woman can accomplish anything a gazillionaire husband puts his mind to. Anyone who has a skincare product line called Caviar Complex C6 has to be a woman of the people. The press will inevitably run puff pieces on what Marla Maples has been up to, which is always valuable information to have. She's still young enough to have more children, which will produce the kind of delightful media frenzy so beloved by the British royal family. Her April 26th birthday is shared by both William Shakespeare and Jet Li. Try telling us that's a coincidence. And here we have Star Boars, The Snores Awaken. Mad stress-inducing adult coloring book. Forgetting to erase your search history. Fire at your son's bar mitzvah. Creepy Uber driver. Lockdown at your kid's high school. Bedbugs. Whoa. Hats off to Peter Cooper for putting the Puit, I think that's how it's pronounced, into an actual comic. Wow. Well done, sir. Sergio Aragonés presents a mad look at man caves. No, I won't share it with you because you should find your own copy. Then we have, this looks intriguing, Le Magazine de l'Optimum. Business, politique, sexe, le vrai pouvoir des super-héros. $12, American. Don't know. Cool Business and Style, number 82, April 2016. Again, lifestyle fashion magazine. But that's kind of cool. How superheroes have influenced advertising. Oh, Brown. That is a good ad for their razors. Band-Aid. Brilliant. So yeah, superhero themed issue? Yeah. Well, in the middle at least, and the rest of it. Oh, right here. Superhero watches. Anyway. Again, this was a freebie. No way I paid $12 for that. And then here we have more Boom Cat. There's a Boom Summer Catalog for 2011. And they were just starting their Stan Lee thing. Here we have MBM order form. They mailed this to me, actually. It's got, yeah. And there's the front cover, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of weird. 15, 16 pages. Oh, that's why, because in the middle, sandwiched in between, there we go. Yeah, Comic Slit, Treasure and Murder, and then Erotica. Spring 2011. All the naughty stuff they do, which is good. Let me just go through this. Kiss Magazine, which is a nice anthology. So It Could Happen to You by Mop. The Jade Door by Cheiko and Other Chinese Artists. Ooh, Omaha. I keep asking them to do a hardcover. Maybe they will now that Reed Waller is collecting all Story Rose and old ones. Old stuff there. Christian Zanier, no, thank you. Kevin Taylor, worth a look. I don't know what he's up to now, but his girl line was nice. Zanoy, Tuner and Other Things. Fun humorous stories with some sexiness. That's interesting. Yeah, right. Okay, no, not my thing. and a lot of backlist. Sizzle, which is another one of their Naughty Comics magazines. Boneyard by Richard Moore, Sexy Monsters, and other things that go bump in the night. I don't know what he's up to because he had a kids series, and that just no, Boneyard is his kids series. He also did some adult stuff. There's some sexiness in there, though. I don't know what. But yeah, MBM does some good stuff. For a while, they were like the only importer of French comics. Well, them and Fangraphix. Here we have a Viz catalog. And yes, there is your book number. Summer 2010. Viz Kids. All the stuff suitable for children. Like Naruto, Happy Clover, Pokemon, Kirby. Pokemon comics. People don't realize. One year, I pulled up the year's total sales for graphic novels in our store. This was the year that 300 came out. So the 300 graphic novel that not Roger Miller, Frank Miller produced, and then they made the movie based on it. And we're talking big hardcover, probably $25, $30, I think it was. That was the number 2 bestseller because of the movie. The number 1 was Pokemon comics, Pokemon Black and White. I didn't even know they existed. They were in the kids' department and favorite series. It wasn't even a graphic novel section over there, just favorite series, right? For whatever media tie-in it was popular at the time. That's where they put that sort of thing. Pokemon comics. I didn't promote them, didn't sell them, didn't merchandise them. They were just there. We sold 2 copies a week. Right? Beat 300, which had a movie going for it. Viz Kids catalogs, spring 2010. Again, because this book number. And I'm saying, go to your library, they'll probably have the Pokemon comics there. Introducing a classic Marvel figurine collection. This is, I believe, Eagle Moss. But again, and I think what it does, yes, like you do from numerous other diecast things, you get a magazine plus the figure. Eagle Moss puts these out. They're imported. Diamond does a pretty good business with them. They're not cheap. I think they're $25 each, $29. Oh, that's nice. Marvolution is family tree of the Marvel Universe. Yikes. Starting up here. Ending down there. Who do we end with? Prowler, Hercules, Crystal, Captain Britain, and Moon Knight. 5 branches of the Marvel Universe. I think this has changed since then, but not a bad way of using it. And here's what you get with every issue. Subscribe. Exclusive free gifts. One-off Spider-Man figurine. Da-da. Unique stand to display 10 figurines. Da-da. And a binder that holds 20 issues. So www.marvel-figures.co.uk. And again, this is probably Eagle Moss or something similar. This is not uncommon in the UK and also Australia and New Zealand to get serialized magazines that come with an attachment. When I was in New Zealand in 1994, still be there if I could, they had just started a series on the human body. So each issue came with a little plastic piece, and you could build a skeleton. See through, an invisible man sort of thing. Here we have Viz Kids Summer 29, 2009. New, let's find Pokemon Crystal, Pokemon Adventures, Chokomimi, Dragon Ball chapter books. Oh, that looks super cute. I don't know what happened to them. Wow. Stickers, fashion tips, recipes, and how-to guides for making adorable crafts. Fashion forward comic for kids. There's a live-action Choco mini TV series. Bake Yama? I don't know that. Leave It to Pets. Legend of Zelda. Again, get them all in. And then all the way at the bottom, I kept this because, again, this came through. This is Read Business Information, the 30th annual edition, August 2007. Retail price, $275. What it is, a major exhibit hall direct, still in business. But again, I am a armchair architect, follow comic book conventions, follow convention centers. So here we have exhibit halls. Exhibit halls by size. Number one, of course, is McCormick Place, 2.2 million square feet. Number 10 is the George R. Brown Convention Center in Houston, Texas, at 930,000. San Diego is 21st. New York, Jacob Javits is 15th. Number 100 is Kentucky International Convention Center in Louisville, only 191,000 square feet. Anyway, floor plans. We have Exhibit Halls International, Exhibit Halls by Size International. That's number one in International, where conventions are a much smaller thing over there. Messe Gelände Hannover, which is actually quite big. They have like 20 halls. I'd love to see a comic book convention there, a pop culture convention. If you've ever been to Sabit, you get an idea of what I'm aiming at. 496,000. Let's see if they have a plan here. Wait. I don't think so. And actually, that exhibit, well, not exhibit, it's a Messe Gelände, which is a convention land, convention area. Basically, this is right after World War II when they were starting. They just started building exhibition halls, convention centers. And as the shows increased, they just started building more and more halls to the point where in 2000 they hosted the World's Fair because all these buildings were already there, ready to be used. And they had been used for Sabit, which is like CES, only better because normal people can attend that. Can attend Sabit Hannover, which I did once. Quite amazing. Quite amazing. They have about 27 halls there, various sizes. Plus, of course, an arena. It's at the end of a subway line. No, not subway. Streetcar. Tram. So it's easy to get to. But really, seriously, hopefully, I mean, I keep hoping Read Exhibitions will do one. It's Northern Germany, so you can cover a big chunk of Europe, just like they do with, Vienna Comic Con, which is more centralized Europe. God, if they had one there, I would just go there. And my mom's from Hanover, so I know the city fairly well. And it has a comics history, thanks to not Carl Barks, Wilhelm Busch. Great museum there if you get a chance. Herrenhausen. Top of the brewery, it's almost right next door to it. But yeah, so that's it for that box. Again, here it is emptied. Not a lot of interesting things there, mostly catalogs. This was stuff I kept in my cubicle for ready reference, although I don't really ever use it for ready reference. So it was just, let me just store it here for now. And then eventually, one week I just got fed up, said, okay, I'm out. And I spent the weekend cleaning out my cubicle, left them a note Sunday afternoon, typed it up, hit send, walked out the door. A month later, I was back in Omaha. So, yep, I know some of you guys dream of doing that. It is possible. It just took me a lot of trips on the subway to move that stuff. To clean out all the stuff that was in my cubicle back to my apartment. And then U-Haul. Then I just got a U-Haul box, filled that up for the stuff in my apartment. That showed up a week later in Omaha. I just added that to storage here. Oh, so those are the boxes that aren't numbered. But a lot of the stuff is freebies from Barnes & Noble when I worked at the home office. Because on my floor, the 8th floor, it was us, the data section, basically the catalogers, the trouble starters, troublemakers. We get the data, massage it, edit it, put it into the system, and anybody else gets to order it. Website, buyers, bookstore, stores started with us. But on that floor, there was us. There was a small press department. God bless them. They got to deal with some of the dregs of self-publishing. Kids department. 2 marketeers. Don't know why they were there, but they had their offices. And then the magazine department. So magazines, didn't get a whole lot of freebie stuff from them. But they did. They were good, and they had some interesting things. And then kids, of course, tons of stuff coming in and out of there. And what else was there? Small press, not so much. Again, they didn't get a lot of comics there or graphic novels. Sometimes I get some things. And I do have some obscure, strange stuff. I mean, yes, I know comics have a tradition of self-publishing. Man, the thing with self-publishing, the smart guys that go to web now do that, and then they build them an audience on the web. They build an audience via the web, do a collection, sell that direct, or they get a publishing deal like, say, blanking on his name now. But these guys were like, I don't even know if they had web comics or if they were just going, hey, graphic novels are selling. Let's make a graphic novel. Let's send it to Barnes & Noble. They'll buy it, put it in all their stores, and I'll get rich. Well, first of all, a lot of times they never made it to the store because it was just lucky if you ever made it to the website. But they got copies there, and I would grab them because they were obscure and no one else probably would ever have a copy anywhere. Because, first of all, librarians would never even heard about it. If they did hear about it, they would probably look and say, oh, no, this is not worthy of our collection. Doesn't meet our standards. If they got donated a copy, they would probably look at it and say, book sale. So that's why I grabbed them, because aside from maybe books and print listing in an ISBN, no one else would ever have a copy anywhere. That's part of what my collection is to donate this to a library somewhere at some point and make a reference collection out of it that people can research. So anyway, that's done. We're coming up on 15 minutes. I think Blazing Saddles is on Turn Classic Movies. So, ooh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, something like that. True story, Blazing Saddles. There's the blackout scene. Billy on Stupp. After it's a Schnitzelgrubel scene, right? But it starts with him at the previous night before, right after her performance. I'm tired. Meets her in the dressing room. Spends the night. She seduces him. Blackout. Is it true what they say about black men? Turns off the light. It's true. It's true. Silence. Goes to the next scene, next morning. Schnitzelgruber, right? Well, the one line they cut, the one line they could not, Warner Brothers would not put in the movie was, Cleveland Little, right? As Bart. Is it? It's true. A black white that says, "Madam, you're sucking on my elbow." The one line they cannot put in the movie. Hilarious, yes. Kids, if you don't get it, ask your parents to draw you a picture. But yes, that's on right now. It's 9 o'clock, so I just started. I've got it on DVD too. I got 2 versions of it. The cheapo version that came with the box, the mailbox site, and then the 30th anniversary or so DVD release, which has the first has a pilot of Black Bart on it, which is just horrible. Don't watch it. But a lot of commentary, and as well as the stuff they filmed, all the Mongo Looney Tune stuff, which you see in the broadcast version of the movie because they had to cut all that stuff out, so they had to fill up the time with those. Candy Yam for Mongo. Mongoli Pond. Game of Life. God, so many great lines there. Anyway, I'm going to go up and watch it. Hope you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, not my favorite. That's not my favorite Mel Brooks movie. My favorite Mel Brooks movie is Silent Movie. Hands down, based on a true story. And yes, it's a silent movie. Great sight gags. Great celebrity cameos. Anyway, and also one of the best Hollywood movies about Hollywood out there too. Anyway, I'm off. Hope you're having a great weekend. Hope you enjoyed that. I mean, it's kind of boring. It was all publisher catalogs. But hopefully I gave you some background information on things. Anyway, I'm out. I'll see you. Hope you see me soon. Bye for now.